All right, what's up, everybody? I hope everybody is having a good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're at in the world here today. Welcome to the Business Building Principles. I guess a continuation, I guess is what we could say it is, of the last few times we've met. Now, if you haven't had a chance, I would encourage you to go back and check out YouTube. I mean, we've posted every single one of these videos. If you didn't attend the first few sessions, it's going to be really important for you to go back and definitely get into that. Now, tonight, so what I promise you, well, number one, I said I was going to do a training either on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, and that was a big fat lie. I'm only kidding. It's not intentional. It didn't work out. So here we are on Tuesday night, and I've been working on a lot of different things for you guys that we're going to talk about here tonight. But before we get into that, I definitely want to do a couple things. Number one, I want to just basically recap what we've already talked about in the past. Is that we're not going to spend a bunch of time on this because, like I said, you can go back and watch the video. But there's a couple key principles that you have to have in order for this thing to even make any sense to you whatsoever. So if you're just joining us for the first time, what this is all about is creating basically a business for you, an automated business for you that can run while you're asleep, that you're not going to have to chase friends and family members, that you can actually be attracting people to you, right? And those things can only work if there's a few key ingredients that are included in it on the front end, okay? I think a lot of people get mixed up and think that, hey, it's up to the opportunity, what type of opportunity are you in, or what type of marketing you're doing, what type of traffic that you're sending, and all those things are definitely important. What type of funnel do you have? All those things are important, but there's things that you have to do prior to that if you don't do, the rest of this stuff doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what opportunity you're in. If I had to guess, I could probably interview most of you on here. I know this isn't a big group. That's okay. We kind of did a bad job at marketing this, but anyway, bottom line, I could interview most of you on here, and you would probably tell me that you've been part of multiple different companies over, or smart contracts over the last year, and you're probably in the same exact place that you've been, right? You can't quite get over that hump. You've reached out to your friends, your family members, you've followed your leader, you've showed up on calls like this, and you can't quite seem to figure out how to connect the dots. You hear about people having success, and that's why you run from opportunity to opportunity, right? And I'm not going to beat that dead horse because I've talked about that so many different times. But what I want you to know is this: the reason why I mentioned going back and watching the first two videos or first three videos, whatever it is it's going to be important for your continuation inside of this platform. Because listen, without it, then none of this is going to matter. So here's the deal: the things that you have to have in place in order to move forward, to be able to create this funnel system that we're talking about, to create this marketing machine, cash machine, whatever you want to call it, something that is going to be able to provide leads for you for whatever business opportunity that you're doing. Hopefully you're going to be working Lion Share as one of those, right? But I'm not foolish enough to believe that everyone on here is just working Lion Share, including myself, right? We're all entrepreneurs. So we have to open up our mind to the process of where we're at today, where we want to be, and how do we fill that gap, that from point A to point B, how do we get there? And in between there's a lot of up and down. My goal with this entire business building principles is to lessen that gap for you, right? To make it a little bit easier on you, because I'm telling you, I spent almost 2 years of my life working through what is this process? Why is everybody else having success and I'm not having success? Now, I told you guys from the very beginning, I made a decision early on. I did not want to go after friends, and I did not want to go after family members. Now, part of that was because I had a job that it didn't really allow me to do that. I couldn't be in multiple things. And number two, I just didn't want to deal with it, right? I didn't want to be at a family event and someone be asking me about a business or something like that. So I made that choice early on. And so what that meant was the only way for me to get customers or to get people to sign up with me in any opportunity or to buy from me would be to create those leads on my own, right? And the only way that you can do that is through marketing. But like I said, here's the deal: without these two things I'm going to mention right now, the rest of this doesn't matter. Number one is having the proper mindset. Now, we can't correct your mindset today. We can't get it straight today. But what I can tell you, if you'll spend 10, 15 minutes a day listening to something that is going to better you as a person, some of my favorites: Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, Jeffrey Combs, those are just three off the top of my head. Les Brown. There's a lot of great people out there that are connected to this industry that we're in that give a tremendous amount of inspiration. Zig Ziglar. I mean, the list goes on and on of people that you could read reach out to, that you can listen to their stuff for absolutely free on YouTube. So if you're not feeding your brain with the right stuff every single day, I think you're probably making a mistake, right? That's number one. And number two is having some type of value or substance that you're sharing with the market. Now, again, I'm not going to go over this all day, but what I am going to tell you is this. I've talked on every single call about creating your foundation. Like, what are your beliefs? I've referred to a politician. You know, the politician always has those core things that he is debating on, or she, right? No matter what it is, okay? No matter if it's, they ask them something about healthcare, and, if their big thing is the economy, they're going to talk about healthcare, but they're somehow going to turn it into the economic side of it, right? You watch the best politicians, they're amazing at always coming back to what they are going to do. You have to do the same thing inside of your social media accounts, right? If you're just throwing your link out there, expecting people to sign up with you, you're never going to have success. I'm just being sure. You may as well, you're wasting your time. Don't even do it, right? What you want to do is you want to create content. And if you can't create it, you want to get content that other people can gain access to, that is going to give them the knowledge that they want in whatever area that you're looking at. So what I've done is I've worked on smart contracts, right? And the whole entire funnel that I've built out and what I showed you guys last week was all on smart contracts, educating people on what smart contracts are. I even did a video that I'm going to allow you to use. I've created 2 different pages that I'm going to show you exactly how you can use as well. And I gave you some homework, and that homework was really simple. Number one, I told you that you needed to go to groovefunnels.com and sign up for a free account. Now, again, if this is your first class, some of this is going to be a little bit too advanced for you because you haven't even created the account yet. Okay. So number one, you needed to go to groovefunnels.com and create the account. It's completely free. Remember, they're going to try to upsell you something. I don't even have an affiliate link that I'm going to share with you. So don't worry about that. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Everything that we're doing here today is completely free. My goal is for you to create a system on your own that is going to be free. Now, obviously, as your income grows, right, and your ability to pay money to actually use people's services grows, you're going to want to do that, right? Because there's some of these systems and some of these services, even GrooveFunnels, that have some extra perks for people that will pay for it. But for those that don't want to pay for it or can't pay for it, that's who we're focusing on today and as we go through it. So, as you guys remember, let me just go here really quickly, and I'm inside of my GrooveFunnels account. So when you sign up inside of GrooveFunnels, this is exactly the page that you're going to land on after you get through all the upsells. Now, remember, I encourage you not to buy those. I think it's like $1,200 for a lifetime subscription or something like that. And it's a cool thing. I mean, if you have the $1,200 and you're in love with the system, I would say do it. I didn't do it. It doesn't mean that I won't do it, but I haven't done it at this point because I don't need it. My objective, again, was to create something that anybody could use. So let me share my screen. Actually, I wouldn't even share my screen. So you guys are hearing me try to share something and you can't even see it. So give me 1 second. All right. Okay, so now you are actually seeing the screen that I'm sharing, okay? And as you can see, it's this is when you sign up for GrooveFunnels, this is the page that you're going to land on. Now, if you guys see me clicking everywhere, it's because people are coming into the room and I'm having to allow them in. Let me make sure that no one can mess with my screen. There we go. I got that going. Okay, so here we are. We are on the main page of GrooveFunnels. This is called the dashboard. And what I'm going to be going through here today is, number one, I'm going to show you the 2 sites that I created again, but I'm also going to let you know something, okay? There's a way that I've figured out to do this a little bit differently that's going to make it a little bit more easy for you. Okay. Now, I'm sharing that with you because what I said I was going to do today is, number one, I was going to share with you the actual funnel. I was going to give it to you. And I do have the share code where I can do that. And I can actually share with you what I already have and show you exactly how that works. It's no problem. But I think I can make this a little bit better for you, a little bit easier for you, where you're not going to have 2 different pages, but you can have it all linked to one. So you guys are going to have to give me a couple of days to be able to do that. So when we come back on Thursday, I believe I will have that ready for you. Now, the second thing that I told you to do, other than creating a GrooveFunnels account, is I told you to go to MailChimp.com. I think we even sent it out on Telegram, MailChimp.com, and to sign up for free. Okay, they have a free option. I'm going to click on pricing here for you really quickly so you can see this. Well, if it would hurry up, I'm going to. Okay, so this is their pricing page. Now, as you can see, let me scroll down here. Obviously their system is a little bit slow here, so give me just a second. It's usually very fast. I'm not sure what's going on here, but that's okay. So look, you can see that it can go all the way up to $299. What you're going to pick is this free option right here, okay? Free, that's what you're gonna want, is the free option. Now, what you can see is it's gonna give you up to 2,000 contacts, which is pretty cool, right? And some other stuff. Now, as you grow your business, you're definitely going to want to step up to either this essentials or maybe even hook up with a different autoresponder that might give you some different, different things. But MailChimp is completely fine to set up. Again, you're going to want to go set this up for free if you've not done that. And my guess is that most of you on here did not do it. Even though I asked you to do it, I'm guessing you didn't do it. So we're recording this. It's going to be okay. And when we come back on Thursday, we're going to talk about linking all this stuff together and what it can actually do for you. Now, before we go any further, what I want to do is I'm going to actually go back here to GrooveFunnels, okay? Now, let me click on that. And again, we're here on the dashboard, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, when I first started this thing, it was a little bit confusing to me, right? I mean, because I'd worked with ClickFunnels, I'd worked with WordPress, I'd worked with Leadpages, I worked with almost all of them just to kind of see what they have, but I really struggle with this one in the beginning. It's a little bit different than all those out there, but as I've gotten into this, there's some really cool stuff inside of GrooveFunnels that you can have for completely free. In fact, let me just tell you, I'm going to show you my sites and my funnels, but did you know that you could create an actual membership? How many times have you seen people out there creating courses? So like this training that I'm doing, if I wanted to make this into a course form, I could actually do this for completely free inside of GrooveFunnels, which is really, really cool, right? So that might be the next step that we do as we start to create different pieces of value for people to have access to. Maybe one of them will be a membership site, and you could even use my membership to give it away, or you can create your own. So we'll probably go through that as we get this thing going. Like right now, we're not going to deal with that, but as we get going, we will go. Okay. So here we go. We are on the GrooveFunnels page. If I go right here to manage funnels and sites, it's going to take me to the pages that I've already created. Now, one thing that you're going to see here as this thing goes, I don't know if this is my internet or if these things are just slow tonight. It could be my internet considering it's two different sites, but I don't think so. But here's the deal. So what you see here, these are the pages that I have created, okay? Now you see two pages that are the exact same. And the reason why is because I have figured out how to share this with you. And once you create your GrooveFunnels account and I give you the link, all you have to do is click on the link and guess what? It is going to automatically upload in your pages for you, which is so cool. So there's some things that you're going to have to do that we'll go over on Thursday to update this. But I want to go ahead here. And I first want to just click on the landing page, okay? And I want to talk really briefly about the landing page and what you can do to kind of make it your own if you choose to do it. But I want to stress something inside of all this, okay? So give me 1 second. I got to admit some people here. Okay, so everybody's in now. Okay, so look, this is the landing page right here that you're looking at. And we went through all this last time. So again, I'm not gonna repeat all this, but there's a couple key things that are very, very important when you are creating this. Number one, I wanna let you know that when I share my link with you, you will have a site that looks exactly like this, right? That links directly to you. It's not going to be my site. It's going to be yours, but you have to create the GrooveFunnels account in order for that to happen. So I'm going to get all that together for you. So by the next time we come, you will have been able to upload the actual funnels that I'm creating. We will hook a autoresponder to it. And then the next step will be, how do we actually drive traffic to it? You know, what are the messages that we're creating? Where do we post them? How do we get it out? So let me ask you a question just to have a little bit of feedback here, okay? Because I see some chats coming through here. And if I'm not answering you, I apologize, but it's great to see everybody out here, number one. So good evening to everybody who said good evening to me. I really appreciate you taking the time. Let me ask you this question, though. How many of you out there, and we're going to know if people are paying attention right now, how many of you out there, if I gave you a choice to go after friends and family members, or I gave you a choice for people to come to you and be chasing you and you not chasing them, and you have no attachment to a lead at all, they are just a number as far as that's concerned. I mean, once they become a customer, right, you want to help them. But up until that point, it's literally a numbers game. If you had a choice between doing the friends and family versus doing this, okay, so number one, give me a number one if you'd like to do friends and family. Give me a number two if you would like people chasing you online because you are adding value. All right, I see a couple number twos, threes, number twos. 4, there we go. Okay, so you guys are paying attention. All right, I just wanted to make sure, I want to be on here doing this if you guys aren't getting value out of it. Okay, everybody's coming with number 2s now. I'm with you, right? I told you in the beginning, like I did not, and I still don't want to go after friends and families. I mean, it's just not something that I want to do. And I want to show you guys how to be able to do that because obviously, I've been in this business since 2007. I haven't had a job like a job since then. And, during that time, obviously I've learned a lot through this process, but the biggest thing that I've learned is being able to have people attracted to you versus you going out there and chasing every single person, because I've been on that for my very first 2 years in this business. Every single time I got a lead, I was like so ecstatic that I got a lead. I was fired up. I was so attached to that lead. And you want to know why? Because I had more leads than I had time. I had more time than I had leads. You need to have more leads than you have time so you don't actually get attached to these people, right? So what you're looking at on this page right here, and we kind of went over this last time, is basically just a simple landing page. There's not a lot that's built into it. Let me actually X out of that. There's not a lot that you're looking at here that is really intense, right? I mean, it's very, very simple, very easy for you to create something like this. And in fact, as we get going here, I will show you how you can create these on your own. But what I did, just so you guys know, I actually created this from an existing template. All I did was change the background. I changed the content. I added the pictures. I created this button and I changed the color. And some of you here today, you're going to be like, James, I'm glad that you were able to figure that out, but I do not have time for that. I can't do that. I'm not technical enough. You tell me to copy and paste. I don't even know how to do that. I don't know how to type. There's some of you in that category, right? Maybe you're watching me on your phone. You don't even have a computer, right? So we have to find a way that we can get through this together that everybody can be able to participate in it. Now, the whole goal is this. The goal is ultimately that Lionshare is going to have an actual marketing system inside the back office that will have your own landing pages, be able to, for you to personalize it, be able for you to attach an autoresponder to it, or maybe even use our autoresponder if we have one. You see, all this stuff is coming. But in the meantime, it's a great skill to learn how to do this stuff on your own. So number 1, I'm going to give you a share code for this page. And let me go back here really quickly. Oh, sorry. Hold on one second. Okay, let me go back here really quickly. We're going to do this landing page and we're going to do this thank you page. So give it just a second. I'm telling you, this must be my internet. Hopefully my video is not too slow as well. I don't know if you guys can hear me okay and everything. I hope so, because this thing is slow as molasses. So if I go here to edit, we're going to go to the thank you page and let you take a look at this. And again, I know for you that came last week, you've already seen this, but I want to tell you what I'm going to do. That's why I'm showing you both of these, okay? The first one being the landing page, the second one being the thank you page. Now, the key thing to these, I'm going to repeat this, is actually delivering what you say you're going to deliver. So on that first page, I said I'm going to give you the 5 important things that you need to know before you join a smart contract. And guess what? On this video right here that I actually did, and you will have access to, you're going to be able to use this video on your own if you choose to. I actually for the content that I said I was going to give. Okay. Now we also have a button here that is going to actually lead to your Lionshare sign up page where they can learn about the opportunity. So think about this. The sequence is number 1, I give value to the market. Okay. I tell people, look, if you want to check this out, if you want to learn about smart contracts, here's my link. They go to the very first page that I gave you. That's called your landing page. We collect their email address. As soon as we get that email address, we're going to email them, hey, congratulations on clicking on that link. I appreciate you checking out my video. Simultaneously, they're going to be sent to this page right here, which is the thank you page. And this thank you page is going to deliver whatever value that we promised to give them, right? And then at the end of this, after we have delivered what we said we're going to do, we're building this rapport with them the entire time. We're going to say, look, if you'd like to come work with me, I'm helping, you could say whatever you want, right? I mean, one really good thing that I've seen out there is people say, look, I can only work with 10 new people this month. If you'd like to be one of the 10, click the button. Once I'm full, I'm full. Think about that type of posture instead of, hey, I'll take anyone that wants to come. You come and I'll help you, right? It's a totally different mindset and mentality. And that's exactly what you are going to be able to do here very soon as we get you going. So with that being said, this is the thank you page, right? And we've already talked about that. You already know it. But the key thing is this. the thank you page delivers what it's supposed to. So what am I even showing you this for, and why are we going back over this? Well, one thing that I've figured out on GrooveFunnels is that I can actually, let me go right here to the pages again and show you this. I can actually link these two pages together. That's what I'm trying to get to, okay? So right now I have them on two different pages, as I'm going to show you here in 1 second. I have this page, and then I have this page, okay? The thank you page and this page right here. I can actually link these two together. So you get 3 free sites inside of GrooveFunnels. So why would we want to put these together? Well, because this could give you the opportunity to market 3 different business opportunities, right? If you have 3 different opportunities that you're dealing with, maybe one is in smart contracts, maybe one is in Forex, maybe one is in a health and nutrition company, maybe you have an e-commerce course, maybe you have or class, or maybe whatever it is that you're selling, you're going to be able to set up 3 different funnels. Okay. So my goal here is to combine these 2 things and actually give you the share code, or when you go here, it will automatically upload your Groove pages. And then as a group, we're going to go through here and we're going to make sure that it is personalized to you. And this is going to be recorded, so you guys will be able to go back and check it out. Now, the other thing that we're going to do, and I didn't do it because I want to link these 2 first, is we are going to actually link a MailChimp account, which again is a completely free account, inside of GrooveFunnels. Now, here's one thing I don't know, because I didn't sign up for MailChimp myself. I don't know for sure if MailChimp will allow you to do automatic emails on a free account. I'm going to check that out. I'll let you know. If not, we know that they're going to let us do it for 99 cents, okay, or $9.99. Let's hope that that's not the case. But if it is, I just want to let you know, okay, up front. So I will get that figured out for you. And when we come here, my goal for the next time we meet is this. Number 1, you have a complete funnel that I'm going to share with you that you're going to be able to download right in your GrooveFunnels account for absolutely free. That's number 1. Number 2, we're going to hook our autoresponder to it, and our autoresponder is MailChimp. The reason why we do that is because most people that look at your opportunity, they don't buy on the first time. In fact, sometimes it takes them like 5 different times to look at your site. So what we want to do is we want to construct a series of emails that go out that tell people basically, hey, congratulations on the first one. We appreciate you doing it. And then from that point on, we're building a rapport. So like for over the next, 10 days, we're going to send them an email basically every day or every other day saying, hey, saw you still haven't signed up yet. What's going on? Do you need some questions answered? You can come out to this call, so you can invite them to overview calls. There's a lot of different things that you can do. Now, as I committed to you, I'm going to actually write that email series and I'm going to share it with you. And then you're going to personalize it and be able to do with it whatever you want, okay? Because not everyone has the same style as I do. And I write very much like I talk. So you guys see it on Telegram. You could probably hear the words coming out of my mouth when I type them, because I type exactly like I talk. So some of y'all talk a lot different than I do. So you're going to want to personalize these emails to whatever it is that you want to do, and whatever, message that you want to convey to people. I'm going to give you the blueprint, and then you can change it to whatever you want. And the cool thing is this, I've probably written, I don't know, I'm going to say 500 different email series for not only myself, but companies and different people. So this is something I've done a lot of, and you'll be able to use that blueprint. There's some key things that you need to know anytime that you're doing an email series. There's some specific things that won't get through. There's the size of the text that you want to use. There's the length of the paragraphs. All those things come into play. So those are all things that I will get done for you as well. So when we come back here, okay, here's what I want to be able to accomplish. Number 1, you have to have a GrooveFunnels account. On the next call, you have to have a GrooveFunnels account. In fact, tonight you should have had to have one, but I want to connect these funnels. This thing is in beta, so there's new things that are constantly coming out, and this is one new thing that is going to allow me to combine those, which is really cool, okay? So number 1, have your GrooveFunnels account. Number 2, sign up for MailChimp right here, MailChimp.com, completely free. Sign up for it. So you're going to have those 2 things, because when we meet next time, I'm going to show you how this all links together. I'm going to give you a share code, and you're literally, and I do mean literally, going to be able to click on the link and my actual funnel is going to show up inside of your GrooveFunnels back office. It's going to be super cool. You're going to be able to personalize it and do whatever you want. So there's some of you out there that maybe you want to use your own video. Maybe you want to use my video and a video from you. There's a lot of different things that you're going to be able to do once you have access to that. And it's going to be completely free to you, which is absolutely awesome in my opinion. So let me ask this, okay? Before we wrap this up, I want to ask a couple questions, okay? Because I really want you guys to help me out here. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, Marlene was just telling me I messed up on my my dates. Yeah, I didn't even pay attention, Marlene. That's not a big shock. This should have been a morning call is basically what she's telling me. So we'll come back Thursday. We'll do it Thursday morning, but I will record it, okay? So thank you for pointing that out. So here's my question to y'all, okay? First of all, Aaron has a question. What if we have our own system and autoresponder? Can we get the videos and email sequence still? Yeah, Aaron, absolutely, man. This is not something that's proprietary to Lionshare, or even, I mean, I guess it's proprietary to me or Lionshare, but at the same time, I don't care who has it. Okay. I'm just going to put it to you that way. This is just me wanting to give back to you guys to help you build whatever business you want to build. It's really that simple. And I believe that if I do that in turn, I think you're going to see that Lionshare is a great option for you to build as well. Right. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. Let's be honest. I'm kind of giving you a bribe, if you will, right? I'm openly bribing you to do some of these things because I think it can help you build not only your Lionshare business, but any other business you want to do, right? So there you go. I'm bribing you guys. So, Uno, thank you. Uno's compliment me on my beard. I've been trying for about a year with this thing. It's still average in my opinion, Uno, but I appreciate you saying that. Thank you so much. All right. So Dallas says he has his MailChimp done. I got a question for you guys. Okay. How many of you actually set up your GrooveFunnels account? Okay, if you're on here, if you're actually paying attention, you're focusing, give me a Y, give me the letter Y. Yes, I did set up my GrooveFunnels account. Just let me know if you did, okay? And by the way, I'm not gonna call anyone out who didn't. I'm just curious how many people actually set it up, okay? Because these trainings, look, if you don't do your part, they're not going to do anything for you, right? So this is a legitimate question. Give me a Y if you set up. Dallas said he just set his up, both of his, right here while we're on this call. Good job, Dallas. You're probably going to complete this program just based upon what you just said, which is really cool because most people won't, okay? So Dallas did both. We got a bunch of Ys. Congratulations. Congratulations. Oh, Dallas is a woman. That is a cool name for a woman. I like that, Dallas. All right, let me see what else we got here. Okay, so Uno said, to tell you the truth, I'm going to set up MailChimp after it, okay? Yes, very cool, Dallas. Do you live in Dallas? That would be even better if you did. So here's a question. Number one, for those who said yes, that you have your GrooveFunnels pages set up. The next question would be, have any of y'all, New Zealand, okay, have any of y'all messed around with it at all? Did any of you go in there and actually play around and look at it? Give me a number two if you do have a GrooveFunnels account, if you actually went in there and you messed around with it just to kind of get a feel for it. That's one of your homework assignments if you didn't. Here's the cool thing. You cannot break it. Okay, you cannot break the system. So I want to encourage you to definitely get in there and click every single button that you can, get to know the system and get to understand it. Now, here's the other deal. There is a wealth of knowledge on YouTube about GrooveFunnels, okay? Where do you think I learned some of this? I didn't just magically wake up smart enough to figure this out. No, I got out there and did my own research and found other people that were smarter than me. See, everyone has someone in this world that knows what they want to know, that someone can teach them. I'm just passing on what someone else has taught me. So I want to encourage you guys, make sure to go to groovefunnels.com, set it up. Number two, go through that back office, click on stuff, even mess around and try to create a page. It's not that big of a deal. And the next thing that's going to come out of your mouth is, well, James, I don't know how to do that. Well, cool. Go on YouTube and take a look, right? Because here's what I'm trying to teach you guys. If you kind of find some knowledge that other people would be attracted to, wouldn't it be cool? Think about this. If you're a network marketer or internet marketer right now, and let's just say that you're selling Lionshare, but you're going after network marketers, okay? Because I've already told you the easiest people in the world to go after in this business are other network marketers, because guess what? We know that 97% of them are losing money. They're not making money because they have not figured out the secrets that you guys are learning. So if you had that one skill of, hey, you know what I help my people do is set up a completely free funnel. It's not going to cost you anything. We're going to personalize it. We're going to make it your own. Wouldn't that be a cool skill to have? Well, it starts with you opening up a free account like you were told. Number two, going through there and messing around with it. And number three, educating yourself, because I am not a GrooveFunnels guru, but at the same time, I know enough, and I probably know more than most of you. And that's not to be arrogant. It's just to say, because I took the time to do it, right? So you want to do the same thing. So that would be number one. Number two, this is the big question I want to ask you guys, okay? And I want you to share this with me. And if you don't want me to share it with the room, it's totally cool. But I want to know what your three things are, okay? And maybe if you don't have your three things that you're focusing on, what is your main subject of value that you're going to add to the marketplace? So for me, for instance, with this funnel, what I told you I was going to do is I'm going to educate people on smart contracts. I think that there is so much junk out there and so much misrepresentation and misconceptions and people thinking that they understand that they don't. My goal with this whole campaign is to educate people and give value to the marketplace on exactly what smart contracts are, how they can utilize them before they decide to join one. I want to give them what the value, the 5 things that they need to know. And every single thing that comes out of my mouth in my social media specific to this campaign would be those 3 things. So my question is this: what is your number one? What's your value that you're adding? Can someone share it with me? What is it that you're going to be talking about specifically? Just 1 or 2 people, throw it in there. If you've had time to think about that, which I hope you can, because look, that's the thing that's really going to hold a lot of you back. There's a lot of you here tonight. If I had to guess, you're saying, James, I know you told me to figure out what I can add to the value, what value I can add to the marketplace. I know you told me to do that. And I didn't do it because I don't know what value that is. Let's start with that question. Give me a number 7 if you're like, James, I want to do this, but I don't know where to start. Kevin, thank you for putting that up there. Kevin, do you mind if I tell people what that is? Do you mind if I share that, Kevin? Victoria, number 7. Good. Oh, Aaron just shared his too. Awesome. Oh, we got a few people. Okay, so if you threw it in here, I'm going to assume that it's okay to share it with people. I don't even have to tell your name. But there's some of you that put number 7, right? You don't really know what you think that you can add to this marketplace, okay? I'm going to address you here in 1 second. But before we do that, let me just read out some of these. I don't have to read the people's names, but let me read out what some of these people are doing, and maybe that will inspire you a little bit, right? I mean, this is such a smaller group here that I think this is really cool that we can talk about this. And, we'll get to the point that I'll want to see y'all's pages, like what you're doing. What could you possibly teach me that maybe I don't know, right? So number 1, educate people on smart contracts, right? That's good because we're building that funnel for that. And educate people on blockchain technology. That's really good, right? If you know enough about that, and by the way, you don't need to know everything, you just need to know more than the other person, that's going to be a really good one. Okay, Aaron, I just said I wasn't going to say your name, but I am. I'm sorry, man. All right, team building, motivating people to wake up to the cryptocurrency, working for self. So Aaron, I think that that's a huge, huge thing right there, because you're talking about a couple of things. Number 1, when you mention team building to me, that means that you're probably already going after other network marketers. Motivating people to wake up to the cryptocurrency, to me, where my mind goes is, hey, there's a lot of people that have been scared of this part of the industry. They've heard about it. They think they've missed it, and you can provide that to them. And then obviously working for yourself, how do you walk away from that 9 to 5? So I think that that's a really cool campaign, and everything that you do can definitely be able to relate back to that. I mean, think about what he's created for himself with that knowledge right there. Is like, you could probably do a video every single day on YouTube and hook it to every single one of your social medias or content or whatever it is on those things specifically. I think that's a really good one. Here's a really good one: positive mindsets, digital currency or crypto in general, but thinking of another. So maybe I can help you come up with one. So positive mindset. Let me give everybody a little tip here, okay? when you're talking about mindset and things like that out there, and you're talking to people that you're trying to get them into a business, let me give you just a really brief story. I think I told you guys this. When I worked at as a broker, so as a money manager, when the guy came into my office, if you remember my part of the story, the guy came in my office, told me that there was a guy I used to work with that had walked away. He walked away from like $150,000 job to start his own business. And I don't know if you guys remember this, but I told you as soon as that guy left my office, telling me how crazy the guy was that left his job, I immediately picked up the phone and called the crazy guy that left his job. Now the reason why I did that is because I was miserable. It didn't matter how much money I was making. I wanted to do something on my own. So I called this guy. Now, what does he do? Well, he's part of a company that sells basically mindset training at a very, very high price. He was in a high ticket program. So once he started talking, he starts like, man, you got kind of a bad attitude, man. You need to like cheer up, bro. Like all this stuff that I know this guy and he shouldn't have been saying to me, right? So my point is this, if you're going to be talking about mindset and things like that, remember your audience, okay? Because most people are not going to be on the level that you are when it comes to that. People love to be misery, right? And they love company. Misery loves company. You guys have heard that. So as you're getting out there, you be positive in your own actions, right? But when you start to get super deep on stuff, you are going to attract some people, but you're going to turn some people away, which is totally okay. Just remember that there's enough people out there that you can attract yourself. I'm saying when it comes to a positive mindset, you know, your attitude, the way that you act, the posture and what you have when you communicate with people, that will be more positive mindset than even talking about it. Okay. Let your actions speak when you're doing that. That's my opinion. You do with it what you want. Okay. Digital cryptocurrency in general, thinking of another. So let me think on that. I'm going to come back to you. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So this one is trying to create a portal stepping stone between physical business and online business in and around music, art. I have so many family friends which have talent but don't have the opportunity to achieve. So that's one thing that I want to educate my family on in areas in online business. So Dallas, which I said I wasn't going to say your name again, I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think this is a good thing. I appreciate y'all sharing. So here's what is super cool about what you just said. I mean, I'm not a music guy. I can't play a lick on the guitar or a piano. You don't want to hear me sing. Like, I have no musical, abilities, but I know that there's a whole world out there of art people and musical people that are also usually what? They're usually broke, right? I mean, when you talk about the art community and you talk about, I mean, how many times have you heard I'm a struggling artist, right? So one of your campaigns, Dallas, I mean, could potentially be is, hey, are you a struggling artist looking to earn some extra income on the side? Well, I was in the same shoes that you were. I love music. It's like my passion. It's what I want to do. And, all my friends are the same. But I tell you what, that's a tough thing to do if it doesn't pay the bills, right? So I had to find a way outside of my music business to be able to create some income for me and my family. And I found a really cool way to do it. If you'd like to learn more about it, check this out. And then you send them through a funnel. Okay. So what I did is I talked about that music. So that's if you're going after a specific group like you are, I think that would be a really cool approach. Now, if you already have that network, Dallas, you already have that network of musical people, like you're saying, what you could do is you could start talking about your philosophies on whatever it is. So like new music that's coming out, or even, stories, news stories from music, whatever it is. I don't know what you're really kind of into. You might be like much more arty than that, but maybe cool pieces that you found to be able to share. Okay. Things like that, where you're adding some value or showing people like, hey, maybe you didn't know this. I just read this today. I want to share it with you. Here's some content that someone created about music. All right. Or here's a new piece, or here's a new prodigy in South Africa. I don't know, I'm just throwing stuff out. So there's so many different things that you can do with that. Dallas brings up such a cool point to me, and that's finding things that you are passionate about. Okay. It's really hard to sit there and talk about stuff and give value and even educate people on things that you really truly don't care about, right? That's it. If you don't have a real passion for it, sometimes that's struggling. So Uno, I'm going to bring one to you. Okay. I'm going to bring your kid into this. Since you're a mom and maybe you stay home with your son or however many kids that you have, maybe you add that to your entire thing. Okay. I'm a single mom. You may not be single, so I don't think you're a single mom, but I'm a mom of however many kids. I've got a baby that I have to stay home with. So I'm going to be giving tips on this channel of how I actually became an entrepreneur and was able to manage my home life with my baby, with my ability to understand cryptocurrency. And now I get to share that with you. So I know that you guys have probably heard so many times about this cryptocurrency, Bitcoin's going crazy, but you don't have any idea where to go. But at the same time, I also know it's challenging being a stay-at-home mom and thinking that you're adding value to your family, right? We go unappreciated. They don't see all the stuff that we do at home while they're out there at their jobs. But I've found a way that I could create as much income or even more than my significant other if you have one. Or I'm just flowing here. I'm just giving you examples of what you could do and the things that you could add value. So Una, one thing might be for you, since you have that baby, are some tips like for new moms who are looking to stay at home with their babies so they don't have to go to work and miss out on their kids growing up. And not only tips on that, but just different tips on helping with, whatever it is, checking the temperature of the milk, all those things that you don't know as a new parent or an existing parent who has toddlers. These are some things that you can do. And oh, by the way, I'm able to achieve all these and I'm able to stay at home with my kids because I've learned how to, work in cryptocurrency, work a business, whatever it is. You're going to all of a sudden start attracting people to you. So Uno, I don't know if that helps you. I don't even know if you're still here, but maybe that would help you add something to that. All right. So let me see here. Hold on one second. I got to make sure that I'm going to stop sharing this for just a second. Make sure we mute everybody here. Okay. All right, cool. So I'm just going through the chat here. Anyone else that wants me to kind of talk about anything, like if you have your key things that you're going to be talking about, the value that you're going to add in the marketplace, if you want to throw it here, I'll give it just like another minute or so. I can definitely address that. Like I said, I want this to be a participation thing. I don't want to just sit here and talk and talk and talk. I want you guys to be able to get value out of that. So the only way that we can do those things are, number one, you guys share with me, right? And number two, you guys do what you're supposed to be doing. I mean, that's the easy thing, but it's also the hard thing, right? So let me see if nothing pops up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this up. Let's see here. Talk about people taking action. They never try. They never get started. They take information, do nothing. Yeah, that's right. That is definitely right. I mean, the unfortunate part about any business and not just network marketing is that only 10% of people do anything. And even out of that 10%, usually only 1% that really, really dive all in. So you can't take any of this personal. That's where that mindset stuff comes in. But that's a great point. So I haven't seen anyone else's stuff pop in here. Here's what we're going to do. All right. Come on Thursday, and I'll let you know the time. It's most likely going to be morning now that Marlene called me out. I'm just kidding, Marlene. But it's probably going to be morning if I can make that work. If it can't, it's going to be night and I'm going to record it. Okay. I'm going to do the best that I possibly can with that. But when you guys come back, you have to have a GrooveFunnels account, right? And you need a MailChimp account to get this thing going. Okay. So get those two things set up. What I'm going to bring to the table is I'm going to have a code, literally a link that you click on when you're already logged into your GrooveFunnels account. And when you click on it, it's going to automatically upload my funnel that I built with everything that I have. And you're going to get to use it. And we're going to talk about how we update it and do things on our own. Okay. And then we'll move that into, okay, now that we've got this funnel, now that we have our autoresponders, Victoria, you can use any autoresponder you want, by the way. She's asking if, do we have to use MailChimp? No. If you already have an autoresponder, use whatever you want. We can link almost any of them. Okay. So, if it's GetResponse or Aweber or any of the others out there, yes, you absolutely can. All right. So come with your MailChimp account, come with your GrooveFunnels account, come with your thinking hat on, do your best to think about those foundational things that every single message you put out, what you're going to add to the market. Okay. Do your best to do that. And I know, I'm telling you right now, do not let that be what holds you back. If you're here tonight and you're like, James, you told me that I've got to have these things before I have these things. Don't let that be the reason why you don't set up your GrooveFunnels account and your MailChimp account. We'll help you figure that out. If you saw tonight, I was given a few different scenarios. A couple people didn't really know what direction they could go, and I gave an opinion. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to take it, right? That's number one. But number two, maybe I opened up their mind to think about something else out of what I was talking about, right? So I think in a group like this, as people are starting to give feedback, eventually we'll be able to bring people out, get them on the microphone, let them share what they're doing. That would be awesome, right? Instead of just being me. So that's what I want to create here. I want to create a community to work together where we can all create this system that works for us no matter what business that we're working. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I want to say thank you all for taking the time to come out. I'm sorry for the late notice on the email or the Telegram message. We'll do better at that, but I will see you Thursday. So come back ready. You guys have an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, depending on where you're at. Thank you so much for your time. See you guys.